The ground beneath you crumbles, the air chokes with disbelief, and your heart feels like a shattered mirror. Discovering your girlfriend cheated isn't just a moment of pain. It's an earthquake that rocks your entire world. But before you succumb to the emotional rubble, know this: you're not alone. And there's a roadmap to navigate this devastating territory, reclaim your power, and emerge stronger than ever. The initial gut punch. Processing the emotional avalanche. When you first uncover your girlfriend's betrayal, a tidal wave of emotions hits you. Shock, grief, anxiety, embarrassment, jealousy, and pure, unadulterated rage are common reactions. Your entire future, which moments ago seemed clear, is now shrouded in doubt, leaving you questioning everything. This immediate emotional chaos can feel like your stomach has been ripped out, leaving you lost and confused. Acknowledge the pain, don't suppress it. It's going to sting, that much is certain. Depending on how much trust you invested, the pain can range from devastating to deeply betrayed. There's a natural inclination to numb these feelings, perhaps by drowning them in alcohol, resorting to drug abuse, or distracting yourself with endless TV shows, overeating, or video games. While these might offer temporary relief, the emotions will eventually demand to be processed. The sooner you face them, the sooner you can truly move forward. If you need to cry, then cry. No one says men can't cry over love. In fact, tears can help alleviate the pain and aid in recovery. Being honest with your emotions is crucial for healing, rather than pretending you're fine when you're clearly not. It's not your fault. Period. One of the most insidious traps after infidelity is self-blame. Your girlfriend, her friends, or even your own inner critic might try to rationalize her actions by pointing fingers at you. If you just paid more attention, or if you had more money. But let's be crystal clear, her cheating is 100% her responsibility. Don't buy into the mistake or accident narrative. As one source humorously notes, she tripped, fell, landed on his mar. Betrayal is a conscious choice. While every relationship has areas for improvement, and you can certainly reflect on your own growth, her act of infidelity is solely her choice, not a consequence of your perceived shortcomings. The don'ts. Navigating the minefield of reactions in this highly charged, emotional state, it's easy to make decisions you'll later regret. Steer clear of these common pitfalls. Don't engage in public shaming or violence. The urge for public retribution can be overwhelming, fueled by stories of Gen, love rival beatings, or live-streamed confrontations you might see online. However, these low-class tactics are ultimately self-destructive. Not only can they lead to legal trouble for assault, defamation, or privacy violations, but they rarely bring true satisfaction and often prolong your suffering. Such actions can portray you as desperate and damage your own reputation, making it harder to move on constructively. Remember, true strength lies in dignity, not public drama. Don't beg, plead, or act needy. While a part of you might desperately want to save the relationship, appearing needy or desperate will only backfire. It chips away at any remaining respect she might have for you and makes you less attractive in her eyes. This behavior often stems from insecurity or a fear of not finding someone as good again. If she's already feeling guilty, your desperation might make her want to escape the situation even more, thinking she's sparing you further pain. Hold your ground and maintain your self-respect. Don't weaponize her secrets. If you and your girlfriend shared intimate details or secrets in confidence, using them against her in a fit of anger is a profound betrayal. It's a cheap and disgusting move that you will almost certainly regret. Regardless of her actions, strive to be better than that and uphold your integrity. Don't interrogate without a clear purpose. Confronting her immediately with a barrage of angry questions like, "Explain this, what do you want?" often leads in nowhere productive. Without a clear idea of what you want from the conversation or the relationship's future, such confrontations can escalate into chaos, making later repair efforts much harder. Gather your thoughts and understand your objectives first. Don't drown in self-blame or despair. While reflecting on your role in the relationship is healthy, taking on all the responsibility for her infidelity will only lead to self-doubt, loss of confidence, and a sense of hopelessness. This mindset is particularly damaging if you already feel a perceived weakness in the relationship. Remember your inherent worth. You must be steady to navigate this crisis. Don't seek information poisoning. The internet is rife with sensationalist articles and social media groups offering extreme advice, from hacking her accounts and buying impotence drugs for her lover to elaborate schemes to win her back. These tactics are often impractical, unethical, and harmful. The people offering such advice typically bear no responsibility for the consequences on your life, your children, or your future. Don't be blindly led by Tao nonsense advice. Don't broadcast to everyone. While seeking support is vital, resist the urge to immediately tell her parents, her closest friends, or your shared colleagues about the infidelity. This can quickly escalate the drama, make reconciliation more difficult if that's a path you consider, and open the door for unhelpful comments and gossip about both of you. The do's. Constructive steps for healing and decision-making. Now that we've covered what not to do, let's explore the proactive steps you can take to heal and make informed decisions. 1. Create immediate space for yourself. This is arguably the most crucial first step. When emotions are high, clear thinking is impossible. Separate yourself from her to process your thoughts and feelings without her immediate presence distorting your perspective. You might say something like, "I don't know if we can save this relationship. A part of me wants to, and a part of me wants to leave. I need time to think things through. Please give me space and don't contact me until I reach out." This space isn't just for healing. It also subtly reasserts your boundaries and respect, a foundational element if you ever hope to rebuild trust. 2. Seek professional help. The emotional trauma of infidelity can be profound, sometimes manifesting as post-infidelity stress disorder, PISD, a cluster of symptoms similar to PTSD. Symptoms can include ruminating thoughts, traumatic flashbacks, emotional numbness, avoidance, chronic anxiety, depression, social isolation, insomnia, loss of trust, and hypervigilance. A therapist, especially one specializing in relationship trauma, can provide invaluable support and tools. They can help you explore underlying psychological causes, manage negative thoughts through techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, and process the trauma gradually, exposure therapy or trauma-focused care. Even if you just suspect cheating, a neutral third party can help identify and grieve what might be wrong in the relationship and develop a self-care plan. 3. Regulate your nervous system. The fight or flight response triggered by betrayal makes rational thought difficult. Engaging in self-care activities like exercise and healthy eating can help regulate your nervous system and bring emotional stability. This foundational stability is essential before attempting any difficult conversations or major decisions. 4. Lean on your trusted support network. Reach out to friends and family members whom you deeply trust and who you know will offer non-judgmental emotional support. They don't need to offer solutions. Sometimes simply having someone listen and offer a warm embrace is enough to start the healing process. Just be selective about who you confide in, choosing individuals with whom you had a strong relationship before this crisis. 5. Calmly confront her, if you choose to. Once you've had time to regulate your emotions, approach her calmly and with curiosity, not accusations. Frame your concerns as observations and feelings, using I statements. For example, instead of "you're cheating," try, "I've noticed you get upset when I look at your phone. Is there something I should know?" Or, "I feel disconnected because you haven't been talking much." This non-blaming approach creates a safer space, making it more likely she'll be honest. 6. Allow and name your emotions. During confrontation, even in a calm discussion, intense emotions will surface. Give yourself grace. It's perfectly normal to feel angry or in disbelief. Don't suppress these feelings. Instead, name them, I'm so angry, I'm in disbelief right now. If she denies everything and you still suspect she's lying, don't let her talk you out of your reality. Take a break, process your feelings, and decide whether to try again later or conclude the relationship. 7. Understand her reasons, if she admits it. If she admits to cheating, you'll naturally want to know why. Ask clarifying questions about her motives. Was it purely physical or emotional? Was she actively seeking it, or did it just happen? Were her needs unmet? Does she feel guilt or shame? Does she understand your hurt? Often people cheat because something is missing in their lives or the relationship, not out of malicious intent to harm you. Understanding these underlying issues can provide context even if it doesn't excuse the act. 8. Evaluate the relationship's viability. This is a crucial decision point. Infidelity is the second most difficult issue to treat in therapy, after domestic abuse, but relationships can be salvaged with mutual commitment. Ask yourself specific questions. Has she cheated before? What was the state of your relationship before the infidelity? Was it already troubled? Think deeply about the pros and cons of staying versus leaving. Do not let the fear of being alone drive your decision to stay. If she shows genuine remorse, takes 100% responsibility, is willing to cut ties with the other person, and commits to rebuilding trust, then there's a chance. However, be aware that resentment can linger even with the best efforts. 9. Get tested for STDs. This is a non-negotiable health priority for both partners. People engaging in infidelity often do not practice safe sex, putting you at risk. Schedule a full STD screening for yourself and insist she does the same before any further intimacy. 10. Focus on radical self-improvement and leveling up. Whether you stay or go, this is your moment to transform. Hit the gym, immerse yourself in hobbies, pursue education, or dedicate yourself to career goals. Become the best version of yourself, not for her, but for you. Success is the best revenge, and becoming a high-value man who sets clear boundaries will ultimately serve you far better than any destructive retaliation. The busy work of self-improvement also helps distract from the immediate sorrow. 11. Gather evidence. If legal action is a possibility, in the event that divorce or legal separation becomes a consideration, particularly in contexts where infidelity can affect legal proceedings, like child custody or asset division, as highlighted by Vietnamese legal sources, gathering evidence such as photos, videos, or recordings might be pertinent. However, be mindful of local laws regarding evidence collection and personal privacy. Unlawful methods can backfire. The primary goal here is to protect your interests, not to shame or retaliate. 12. Implement no contact. If you break up. If you decide to end the relationship, or if she wants to break up, initiating a no contact rule is often recommended. This means severing all communication to allow both of you to heal and to prevent you from falling back into desperate behaviors. For her, it serves as a consequence for her actions and, paradoxically, can sometimes be a necessary step for her to regain respect for you and potentially reconsider the relationship in the future if that's a path you later choose, though this is a long shot and should not be your primary motivation for no contact. If she cheated with your best friend, however, walking away from both is generally considered unforgivable and the only viable path. The tough choices, to stay or to go. This is perhaps the hardest part. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but here are perspectives to consider. The case for breaking up. Many sources, particularly advice from forums, strongly advocate for breaking up, especially if you're young, unmarried, and without children. The sentiment is often once a cheater, always a cheater, implying that trust, once broken, can rarely be fully rebuilt. Breaking up is seen as the primary way to preserve your self-respect and set a precedent for your boundaries. As one user advised, she is for the street, move on from it and work on yourself. The high-value man approach. If you consider reconciliation, one perspective, particularly from relationship coaches, suggests that if you do want to try and get her back, For type 1 cheating where she found someone after you, you must break up with her first, at least temporarily. The logic is that by accepting her disrespect, she loses even more attraction and respect for you. This temporary breakup, ideally without her knowing it's temporary, forces her to confront your boundaries and standards, potentially allowing her attraction to return. For type 2 cheating, with a guy she saw before you, the same initial breakup is advised, followed by a conditional second chance where you frame yourself as the chooser, asserting your value. This approach prioritizes reestablishing your dominance and value in the relationship dynamic. Consider an open relationship. In some cases, cheating stems from a partner's polyamorous tendencies or a fundamental desire for non-monogamy. If this is the underlying reason, you must genuinely assess whether you are comfortable with an open relationship. This requires extensive, honest communication about boundaries, expectations, and respect. If you are a firm believer in monogamy, and she desires an open relationship, this is a clear sign of long-term incompatibility, and it might be time to move on. When forgiveness might be possible. If you decide to try and salvage the relationship, it requires immense effort and genuine commitment from both sides. She must take 100% responsibility for her actions, show genuine remorse, be willing to cut all contact with the other person, or limit it strictly to work if they are colleagues, and actively work to rebuild your trust. Even with all these factors in place, be prepared for the possibility that some level of resentment might always linger. If she wants to leave after cheating on you, your chances of winning her back are very slim, and graceful acceptance and no contact are often the best path. Looking ahead, building a better future. Regardless of whether you choose to stay or leave, remember that your future is in your hands. Don't generalize. While the pain of betrayal can lead to an all-or-nothing mindset, it's crucial to remember that not all women are unfaithful. Most women remain faithful to their partners. Don't let one painful experience poison your view of all future relationships. Take time before new relationships. If you break up, resisting the urge to immediately jump into a new relationship is wise. Dedicate time to being comfortable on your own and healing. When you are genuinely ready, keep your options open, but ensure you approach new relationships with a healthy mindset, free from the shadows of past trauma. Embrace true happiness. Ultimately, happiness isn't just about finding a partner. It's about cultivating joy within yourself. Focus on personal growth, find things you love, engage in activities that bring you fulfillment, and build a network of supportive people. This journey of self-discovery and self-love is the most empowering way to overcome betrayal and build a future based on your own values and strengths. Discovering infidelity is a gut-wrenching experience that challenges your core trust and identity. The path forward is arduous, demanding courage, introspection, and a fierce commitment to your self-worth. By avoiding destructive reactions, embracing genuine self-care, seeking professional guidance, and focusing on personal growth, you can navigate this storm. Whether you choose to rebuild or move on, your journey is one of resilience, promising a future built on stronger foundations, deeper self-respect, and authentic happiness.